Welcome back to Timber Tuesday and a new start to a new season. I mentioned in the last video that the game has had a massive update if you look on the experimental, or I guess beta branch. So normally I've ignored that, but I've decided to jump in because it looks really cool. So yeah, we are starting fresh. We are starting with the Iron Teeth, which are the other faction because they've had a pretty big rework. So we are going to get started, and we are going to start on the new map that came with the update, which is called Craters. Now, because it's a new map, it's one of those things where so many people are playing it, but it looks really cool, so I want to give it a go. We're going to go on hard mode because this tends to be what I do, and we'll see how we get on. So if you know TimberBorn, you'll know the difference between some of the differences between the Iron Teeth and the Folktales. One of the big ones is that the Iron Teeth do not breed; they use breeding pods. So we are going to call this Disturbia New Beginnings. So I'm going to pause the game while we chat. So yeah, these beavers do not breed in a conventional way. They use breeding pods to produce new offspring. So we need to bear that in mind. And they have a whole bunch of different technology. So the other thing that's changed is there are no longer district limits. So you can go to anywhere you want on the map. But there are, you can still have districts, and you now have a district crossing rather than the two buildings we had before, which manages that. Not really looked into that too much. Another big change with the beavers is around their food, and in fact it is completely different. So they have different crops, they have different ways of producing food, including hydroponic gardens. They have completely new food. Everything's changed. We'll get through it as we go. They have coffee, and there is a mod that's out. So I don't have any mods installed at the moment. There is a mod that's out that makes coffee an essential for life for the beavers, and with how I am, that kind of shame it's not Monster, but that's kind of cool. We now have an industrial lumber mill which uses 2 beavers, so produces a bit more. We'll get to most of it as we go through. Because these are the Iron Teeth, they don't use windmills. They use water wheels more. They have a larger water wheel, and they have engines which generate power, so they can generate power continuously once we get to them. Having a quick fly around the map, so we have a water source up here, which comes down and cascades down the waterfall and then comes past our settlement in a river. We have a big crater in the middle, which we may want to use for water storage. The water then runs out of the map through this crater, which has quite a lot of metal in it. So we then have this crater over here, which has its own water source. So water comes in through here and then flows out of the map here. And we basically have a lot of places where water is leaving the map. So long term, we probably want to try and control that to keep more of the water on the map. Playing in hard mode, obviously we have quite short wet seasons and quite long dry seasons eventually. So I have been watching JC the Beard play this map. I'm going to try and not copy his settlement. Particularly, he has flooded this area, which is a sensible idea. So we may end up doing that as well. But I also was looking at if we can divert the water through this bit, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to go. So one of the first priorities we have is going to be we need to get some food growing. Obviously, we need to get water pumping. And ideally, we want to get a dam in somewhere so that we can hold some water and keep our crops alive. Ultimately, I want to try and dam across here, so that we have a slightly deeper water pool. maybe even putting levees along here so we can make this even deeper. But for now, I think we're going to have to go with damming across here, because we only have dams, we don't have levees unlocked, so we'll get a bit of water held in. I'm really going to do a short-term focus on food and water and science so we can unlock the things that we need. So let's make a start. I'm going to put in some basic path layout. We need, I'll unpause the game in a moment. We need a lumberjack flag here, and we need to be getting all of those trees cleared. I might actually put in 2 lumberjack flags. We need a gathering flag over here to gather the berries while we're waiting for food to grow. Food wise, we need a farmhouse. I'm going to put this here, I think. The aquatic crops are all different now, so we have mangrove trees. We'll get to that when we get to it. But I think I'm going to put this here. That will allow us to, or do I go over? No, we're going to put it over here. That will allow us to plant a huge amount of this area, which is kind of cool. We need an inventor's hut, which we are going to put on some of the dry land. I think we'll do it there, and we'll loop a path around like that. So we've got 8 beavers, which will be going up to 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's probably okay. The other thing I want to put in, and I am not entirely sure where it is actually, because I haven't played with the iron teeth for a while, is the breeding pods. There we go. And I think we'll do it up on dry land again, and we'll put a couple of those in. We do need also some water storage. And again, I'm going to put that back here. I'm going to put 3 in. Let's unpause so we can make a start. This is not going to be a massively long video, so I'm not sure how much we'll get done in today's video. I want to put in 2 water pumps, but I want to wait. Can I prioritize? I don't know if you can prioritize. No, you can't prioritize tree cutting. So we are going to put 1 water pump in here for now. That will be going in the future. And we'll go down here and along here. And we are also going to prioritize or put in our dam. And I think that we can do it just across here. And if we put a path, we have stairs here. And they can beavers can build to any distance anyway, so but that will make it easier for them. Right, let's speed up time a bit. So food, we need to plant some crops. We have completely new crops. So we have kohlrabi, I believe it is pronounced, which I think is a radish, cassava, soybeans, farm sim fans will know that one, canola, the same, corn, again, the same, and eggplant. And these all behave completely differently to the previous crops, and we'll get to them as we do. For now, I am going to plant a fairly big patch of kohlrabi. And if I go into food, so we have the fermenter, so we need to ferment a lot of food. I'm thinking we might go for a big-ish batch of cassavas as well. I want to establish basically covering our food priorities. So just looking, the fermenter does not need us to unlock any research, so I think we're going to put that in as well. That does need power, so it needs a power wheel at the moment. I'm going to put it back here. Basically, I want to not use any of the watered areas, and we'll put a power wheel in. We will put in some water wheels eventually, but I think for now we probably don't need to. I'm going to high prioritize that. I'm going to high prioritize the water storage. We are going to up the working day to 20 hours. We seriously need that to be done because they have no water. And then we are going to medium prioritize the dam. That's the plan. So let's manage our beavers as well. We are okay at the moment for beaver management, so let's just speed up time a bit and get some things done. So yeah, once we get into this, the wet seasons are going to be very short, so that is something we do need to be aware of and plan for. And that's why I would like to get a dam across here eventually. Once we've unlocked levees, which we need science for. So everyone is thirsty. Why are we not building our water pump? I guess they're building the water tanks, which kind of backwards, guys. Kind of backwards. Let's hope we don't end this with a spectacular initial death. That would be kind of bad. That would be kind of bad. And this is going to be a high priority job. So our beavers are not happy. They are maximally thirsty. I should have made that a first day job. We've got all these crops planted, and actually we can now pause that. Right, someone pump water, please. Please, please. We can make that a maximum priority job. So we don't have any science yet, so that's a bit of an issue. We are also going to need, because we're going to need stairs, we're going to need planks so that we can get access to more timber. Please go get drinks, beavers. Please go get drinks before you all die. Come on, get drinks. Get drinks, guys. I don't want you all dying. Thirst is being taken care of. Cool. They're starting to build the dam. I want them to get that done before we do science, but we are going to then need a lumber mill. So let's think about placing that down, and we're going to give that its own power wheel as well, which is somewhat inefficient, but it means we can prioritize which jobs are working. And you can see it has a double saw in it this time, which is kind of cool. So water is pumping. We have some unemployed beavers, so I'm going to up the priority on the inventor, so we get that done. And then we can make use of our beavers. So shelter and hunger. We'll get some food. We've got those. Are those ready to harvest? They are, so we need to unpause that. And these guys can start harvesting some better food, which is going to help with our longevity. The dam is almost done. Then we need to focus on a forester. So actually, I'm going to pause that and that. there is wood over here we can get as well. So if we went with a lumberjack flag here, and we can set all of that to be chopped as well. That'd be good. That'd be good. So that's our dam in place. Although you can see water coming through here, that is a graphical glitch. So that should be okay. We have science going and we are 3 days from our first drought. Right, let's slow things down a bit and take stock, shall we? So first thing we need is a forester, which is 60 science, and we do not have any spare beavers. So that's that, I guess. We have a minuscule amount of water stored up, which is again not so great. A lot of people don't do it, but I'm going to get some housing in. It's 40 logs though. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Obviously, it would really help with their well-being, which is going to increase their lifespan. I'm going to pull the trigger on it. It feels wrong, but I'm going to pull the trigger on it. And then we could really do, yep, they're working on that, so that's good. We could really do with them getting that done. I'm going to get rid of one of these. We do have 2 unemployed beavers, so you can go in there. The farm is fully supplied, so maybe we want to do our second log water pumper thingy, but we can't get one there, so we're gonna have to wait for those. I'm not going to delete any trees at this point. That would be pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. The previous Let's Play was getting close to where I wanted to end it anyway. I wanted to stop at 20 episodes. So with the release of this new update, it felt like the right time. So I feel we may as well be going at full speed. 20 science. I'm wondering if science, only 12 logs. I feel we should build a second science hut. We do need more science going on so that we can unlock the forester, so we can plant trees, because we quite quickly need that going on, because otherwise we're going to be really limited on progress. So we have barracks done, so that's instantly given us some positive well-being, which is good. And so a lot of people skip that early on. I was just not comfortable with that. Just getting through the night. I was going to take a thumbnail, but I'll do that in a moment. So that can be paused for now until they build the power. That can be paused. Actually, no, we want it on. We just don't want them to do anything in it. So come on. We have 1.1 days left. We really don't have any water stockpiled. I am hoping it's going to be a very short drought. So yeah, I'm hoping that the drought is not too long, because otherwise we could be in for a bit of trouble. So they've cleared all of those trees out. They are working on clearing all of those trees. Those birches do have some wood in them, and we have a new tree type, which is oak trees. So we could get all the way over here to get those harvested. If we can get some stairs in, we can get to these as well. But the priority is science. We're not far off, actually. So I think I'm going to pause that, and we'll just hang on and get the science and get those trees that we need. We are going to need planks, so let's finish building this, which is a lot of logs. Wow, that's a lot of logs. Our breeding pods are working, which is cool, and there comes the drought. So very quickly that's all dried out, and our water is holding. We don't really have enough that we could not be pumping. So we do have a spare beaver at the moment, so I think what we'll do is we'll put in, actually there's no point putting another forestry flag there. We have wellness 4 or well-being 4. Very cool. We have 64 science, so wood forester, yes, bang. Where do we want to put this? I think if we put this over this way, once we unlock some stairs and stuff, we can plant some more land. So I'm going to put it over here. We won't be able to use all of its coverage at the moment, but we'll be able to use some of it, and I think that's sensible. If we can get a path to it, that would be even more sensible. Sensible is a word. So the issue is we need 7 planks. And the issue is we don't have a power wheel yet. So we do have some wood. So we have that now. Let's go, boys and girls and beavers of any gender. So let's get some planks going. Once we've got the 7 planks, I think we'll pause this. Because we can build the other things we need without planks, but we really need this forester up. And I think, not sure what we're going to plant, if I'm honest. We have 3-ish days left of the drought. I'm going to pause that until we run out of water. Someone remind me when we run out of water, please. Awesome, that's done. So we can pause both of those, and let's get some trees planted. We want, I'm actually going to do a bit of a mix. I think we'll do a few birch trees, because these grow quickly but don't produce much wood. We'll then do a whole load of pine trees, and just kind of scatter some groups around, and then we'll do oak trees. These produce a lot more wood, but take a lot longer to grow. So 30 days to grow 8 logs. These are a bit like the maple trees from the previous Let's Play, but different. Yeah, like but different. So let's get him planting. How are we doing for jobs now? We do have spare beaverage, so let's do that. We probably want to get those built next so that we can take advantage of these. And we're going to want some storage soon. And I think we'll probably put storage back here. And we'll go for a couple of medium warehouses. And we'll do 1 for, not berries, we want fermented cassava. And we want 1 for kohlrabies. And we're going to set that to fermented cassavas, and we need them to finish building the power wheel. So, awesome. We are almost through the drought. We're out of water, so let's get pumping, folks. We still have some water left. I really don't want this to dry out. And that is really a thing. The berries we need for breeding. So breeding with the iron teeth. So we use these breeding pods. and takes berries and water and produces baby beavers, of which we have 2 already. We are at -5. We've got some broken teeth, we've got some hunger and some thirst. Okay. So broken teeth, we need to go into well-being and put in a tooth grindstone. So we'll do that. We'll make it a higher priority so they get it done. You can be paused because I think we're probably waiting on trees being cut. I think that one we can delete for now. We'll bring that back later. And we'll put in wood forester. We'll put another one back here. So cool. We're nearly through the drought and we still have water, which is awesome. How are we doing for science? So there's a couple of things that we need to unlock. We need stairs, which we could unlock now, and we also need levees, which is further away. So I think we're going to unlock stairs. And I'm looking for where we can get the most wood. Stop laughing at the back, children. Actually, we could just go all the way across there. So, let me get a path across there. We could just go, if we delete this, let's slow things down again. No, we don't want to put a staircase there. Staircase to nowhere. Paths. We need to delete a few of these. If they could do that, that would be very cool. Because if we can get a path across here, we can get to these, and these have 8 wood in each, which is quite a lot of wood. So let's do that. Path, 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 path. You can see it's still saying green. It does go red if you get too far from your district center, but you can go wood. Can we get one that can do all of that? We can. We need to place it so that it's attached to the path, but we can do that. So probably I am only going to go to the next route because I don't have a huge amount of time today. So, but we are in a better position. We have trees being planted, which is cool. We have crops growing. We have crops being fermented, which again is cool. We have no wood stored up yet, but that's not a problem. We should... no storage space. We have no storage space for berries. That is bad. We need storage space for berries. So let's put that there, because it's then near the breeding pods. Berries. Please build this. We have a few gaps in the trees. So we are going to plant some oaks in the gaps. We're going to have to wait longer for them to grow, but in the long term, we'll be better off. So that's good. He can get over here now and start chopping some of these big trees down, which is also good. Getting access to the other side would probably be useful. So I think I'm going to plan for a staircase there. The other thing is, can our forester... no, he can't get into there to plant any mangroves. That was a little short-sighted of me. Unless, if I put a staircase here, maybe he can. We need to wait until we've got more logs to be able to do that, but let's let them get the warehouses built first. okay for water at the moment. The 2 breeding pods should keep our population at about this size, and I don't think we want to get too big too quickly. That can be a problem with the iron teeth. You can quite quickly outgrow your supply of things, and so we're going to be careful of that. Hopefully this dude needs to be prioritized, and you can be paused, and we need to rebuild the gatherer flag for the food so that these berries are collected. So we have a couple of vacancies, so we're going to do that so that everything gets staffed, because building's not a priority at the moment. At the moment, getting established is a priority. So in fact, we will pause that, both of those, and we'll build another forester over here. If we build it closer to these, hopefully it will be done. It will attack the oak trees, which will give us much more wood. Which is what we need, because we don't have any at the moment. Do we have any logs? So we could make 3 planks, which would be enough to make some stairs. So if we prioritize that, it's high priority. Unpause that and unpause that. We are making fermented cassavas now. So I'm just going to pause those so these can go and work in the plankage. And no one is working over here, which is a bit annoying, but I can pause that because we do have some berries, so that's fine, because they shouldn't eat the berries. They should just be being used for that, and I want to make that higher priority so that they come and chop some wood down, because we have no woods, and woods are important. Are we getting planks? We are not yet. I'm just going to put 1 person in the plankage, I think. So my plan, I think, is just to keep it like this for a few cycles, get ourselves established as a small colony, and then we'll think about growing. The stairs are being built, so they just need the planks to come. So if you guys could make the planks that we need, that would be awesome. Yeah, Mom. It's not quite got enough power, but with how short the wet seasons end up, I'm skeptical as to whether we rely on water wheels for power. To make both of those kind of moderate priority jobs, at least while we get the stairs are built, so we can pause those again. I'll make that a 2-person job. Having to do a lot of beaver management at the moment, obviously. Let's unpause the cassavas now. I'm going to unpause science as well, because that is going to become a point where we need science. And we're chopping down the oak trees now, and we are 3 days from our first drought, our second drought. So why aren't you finishing building this? It's got everything it needs. It just needs you guys to come and build it. There we go. Thank you. We did want some more planks for our second set of stairs, actually, didn't we? So, but I think we need to do stuff with. Let's have a look. if we go in here, are the mangroves a straight food? Mangrove fruits, they are. So I think we want to be getting this built. So we do need some planks so that we can try and plant some mangroves down in here. That'll give us another food, which gives us more well-being, which means our beavers live longer. So that is a thing. I'm going to pause those again because we do have a somewhat reasonable amount. We have 3 vacancies. What vacancies do we have? The farm can go down to 1. Can go down to 2. There we go. Trying to manage everything. The next thing I want to unlock is levees, which is 20 science away. That means we can dam across here and have a deeper pool to pump water from. I'm actually going to set. I'm going to set it to not plant along there. And along there, so that we can get a path in and get some water pumping in that area in the future. You do have some grown trees here, so I'm going to unpause that one and pause this one. See, with so few beavers, you do have to manage your population a fair bit to get different jobs done. So we can now pause those. And if I look here now, he can plant some mangroves. So let's go into trees and bushes. Oh, they're food, aren't they? Food. Sava, soybean, canola. Where are the mangroves? Berries, dandelions, coffee, birch, mangroves. How far can he plant? He can plant down to that junction. So mangroves. And that gives us another food type once it's planted and grown. So the mangroves grow in water and they do not fare well when it dries out. But that is the start of our second 5-day drought. Nice little start to this series. Hopefully we'll survive the next drought. And I think a couple of cycles and we'll start to progress properly. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, suggestions are below. Also, thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you all supporting the channel. And I will see you next time on TimberBorn.